Well, howdy ho, Stampers. Welcome back to my studio. This is Deb Valder, and I always love having you stop by for some craftiness. Today I'm going to show you a twist on the Pop Up Easel Die. And what I mean by that is when you have the regular die, let me just show you the first card that I did for you, and I'll show you what I mean by that. When you get your easel card, okay, we're going to show you how to do this with this die. It just makes everything so much easier. But do you see how it just has that this little pop-up thing, and when you pop it up, it just adds this. Make sure you watch the beginning videos, the basic videos, to show you how to put this all together, to show you how to cut it. I'm not going to go through all that again because I want you to watch the first video. This is a series, so I progressively do things. So this is a new twist on it. So today, instead of having this piece adhere to that piece, I'm going to show you, isn't that absolutely beautiful? When you pop it up, you've got all of this that is just freestanding. It's absolutely beautiful. It's still your easel card. It's still done with the same die, but you've got this piece right here that is a pop-up. And like I said, in this series, we're going to show you a whole bunch of different things. So for this one, not only am I going to show you how to do that, but I showed you, let me just go through them again. The first one, I showed you how to do this with just the die itself, okay? So here's the die, and I just added some things to it. I showed you how to put the card together, but we used it just the very plain die all by itself along with the easel, all right? There's 6 pieces to this set, so it's pretty neat. The second one that I showed you was this card right here, and that used, that used the die plus 1 layer. So what I did was, let me show you on this one, it looks, you can see it a little bit better. So what I did was I cut out the circle from the back circle right here. So I cut out the circle from the middle right here. And then what I did was I cut out one of these little guys and put them all together, and it showed you how to layer these. I also used one of our multi-layer stamps, and here was this card. Beautiful. There is a video, and it's also on my blog. All right, so there's that one, and that one just shows you some of the layers. And then today's card, like I said, we're going to show you not only the layers, but also how to do this really tricky little pop-up part right here. So what I did was, for this one right here, what I did was to, you need this die along with the easel die right here. All right, I always cut out extras of everything, so I've got all of these extras of everything in here. So you're going to need this die right here, and this one is the main die that has 6 different dies in there. It's got your base die, and this is also the base as well as the inner part of it. There's your very intricate die, and then it's got 3 labels to go along with it. And like I said, make sure you watch the basic video to show you how to put it all together. It is so easy. And I do a lot of these all at once because if you're getting all this stuff out, you might as well make a bunch of them. And you don't have to put them together. Like I said here, I just have them all in here with different colors, and I just mix, match, and pull what I need. It's just a whole lot easier. The other one that it pairs well with, you've seen me do this series right here, and this is the basics to, or the base to this series. And I used, for the big oval right here, I used this, and I just used a scrap sheet of paper because I didn't need all of the cuttings and the scorings and that. I just needed this die to match this right here. And then for the little one, I used this, which is also in this same die. All right, so the oval frame and the pop-up easel are the 2 that I'm going to be using today. And I cut everything out just to save time, but it's also easy. All right, so let's get started. We're going to take and bring in the basic die, which is these 2 pieces right here. And I'm going to bring in my bone folder or my crease tool and just crease this down. And you'll notice how this lines up perfectly on both sides. So I'm going to bring, this is the right side, I'm going to bring it forward, and then I'm going to bring it back. All right. And now we have to layer this. Now what you want to do is make sure that it's layered the right way. So if you go this way, okay, it's the right way. You see how everything lines up nicely? If I were to do this, do you see how nothing lines up? Very important. So this is the way we're going to go right here, okay? And we're going to take and put our tear tape on there. So you can use either the 1/8 inch tape or the 1/4 inch tape. For me, I'm going to use the 1/4 inch tape right here. You want to put it close to the crease mark right here. And let's just grab our pokey tool and lift that up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to match this to this perfectly. All right, it just outlines everything, just like that. All right. And now what we're going to do to make the tricky part, okay, we don't want this to stand up like we do on all the other cards. This is the one where we're going to take and we're going to do something just a little bit different. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to fold it over. I'm going to bring in, you can use any foam, but I'm just going to bring in the Misty here and my crease tool and just crease this right down here like this, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take and bend this back like this. All right. So now we've got this bent back like that. And when we go to put on our die right here, it's going to go on just like this. All right. And this is going to get folded down just like that. All right. So let's get going and let's do that. Let's put all this away. We're going to need this in just a moment. But what we're going to do next is to actually adhere this down. So I'm going to take some of my adhesive and just glue it from the crease mark and up by the end of it right here. And we're just going to glue it right down here. It still matches very nicely all the way around. Okay. So now we have what looks like this. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take, now this is very, very important. You got to remember, is it right side up or upside down? But what you want to do is to just put adhesive down on the lower part of this. All right. You don't want to put it on the top, because if you do, you're going to glue the whole thing straight down, just like you did with all your other cards. So we only want it on the bottom, but before you put the adhesive on, make sure that you know what is the top and what is the bottom. Remember, if I put the adhesive on this way and laid it down, it was going to be upside down. So check that before you put your adhesive on there. We're going to add it to this right here. And I think this one I did pop up, but I won't do that to this one because I've already got the adhesive on there. If I was going to do that, I would just put some foam tape right here. And, but for this one, I just glued it right straight down. It's okay. All right. It still looks absolutely beautiful on our mint paper. All right. So here we go. So here is, you see how that just kind of pops up like that? This part of it, I didn't put any glue onto it. And then when you pop it up, it pops up just like this, and this looks absolutely stunning on your desk. So if this was on your desk like this, and you just left it there all day, you could just absolutely admire the whole thing. Isn't that so pretty? All right. All right, so now let's do the inside of this, okay? And we're going to take in, I should have done that before I added this one, but that's okay. We can take in, I'll show you how to do it if you haven't done it already, all right? So what I'm going to do, this is the right side, all right? We need to take and put our adhesive on here, all right? And rather than just putting it on here like this, I want to make sure that it's going to line up perfectly. So what I'm going to do is line it up just like this, okay? And adhere it down. Okay, so what we're going to do is just line up this bottom piece right here, okay, and then close this little guy right here. I'm not going to press down too hard. Yep, it worked perfect. See how you can't see any of the white? Normally what I do is I put this piece down first and then put on the blue piece, okay? So that's what we're going to do there. And now what we're going to do is add our little layers right here. Okay, so let's take and the reason I'm doing this in this order is because I don't want to lose any of these little pieces that I have here. So the only thing that we're not going to adhere is this piece right here, because I need to take and I'm looking for my pokey tool. Here it is. I need to take and stamp on it. All right. So I'm just going to poke out these little guys right here, and I'll show you the happy birthdays. I'm using a different one on this one so I can show you both of them. We have a lot of these little tiny sentiment dies in our shop, and they are amazing. They are so card friendly. I love them. All right, I don't want to lose this piece right here because it's got my little eye in it. We're going to take and adhere this to this. Remember, this is from the other die, and we're going to add that to it. All right, and this fits just a hair smaller, which makes this absolutely very, very elegant. And then when we're done stamping on this one, this will go on top of there. And then on the inside, we've got to make sure that we pop up the bottom piece. Okay, so that's just one of the labels. Here's another one of the labels right here. I'm going to bring in my little workstation because I've got to do some gluing with these guys. And I need my foam squares. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is to add this piece right here. Turn it over, add just a couple of the foam squares here. Okay, that's going to go right here, just centered side to side. Now, depending on how high you want this to go, so if I wanted this to stand up really straight, okay, really straight, I would put that little stopper right there. But for this one, I think I'm going to have it go just about there. And just put this here. Now, the reason you use your foam squares is so that it has a little bit of height to make it stop. Just like that. Okay? And then, let's make sure it's straight here. All right, and then we're going to add, let's see, I don't want any more of those, but what I'm going to do is take my white glue and just add this, and we're not going to stamp on it, so I'm just going to add it to this green piece. I love how everything coordinates in this. It's just so pretty. And I'm going to bring in my little Make Art station here and add my happy birthday. Well, I can't do the happy because the happy is actually on here, but I can see my happy is up here. So I'll do that at the end, but I can add my birthday. So I want to just kind of put this over here. I've already lost my little eye, so I'll make one of those and put it in just later on. But just know that when you're cutting this out, to save your eyes, okay? And you just have to dab this. You don't even have to squeeze it to start it. Here's the top. I was looking for the top for it. Okay, and now what we're going to do is put this on the bottom right here. And I'm just going to center it, you know, side to side. And layer down. Like I said, I need my little dot there, so I'll do that in a little bit. I'll go back and get one of those. All right, so I used a different birthday on this one. Let me just show you the two that we have in the shop that say happy birthday. So this is the one I'm using on the card that we're doing for today, and this is the one I used on this little card right here. So they're both in the shop. They're both amazing, and they're both so card friendly. I love them. All right, so those are that, and now what we're going to do is to take and stamp. So I'm going to grab my stamp set and move all of these things out of the way for now. Move out my card, and we're going to make this little balloon. So this is, let's just clean up this too. I like to have it clean. I've got all these little all right, so now what we're going to do is to stamp on this little guy right here. So I'm going to bring in my Misty. I'm going to line this up right here like this. And we're going to have it fairly close to the top. So, okay, grab that. All right, so let's grab the stamps that we need. I'm going to just, and for the kitchen sink stamps, I have a basic video on how to put your stamps onto the little plastic sheets and the best way to work with them. And I do use my little cheat sheet right here. Always, always, always. And we're going to use the little balloon. It has a bigger set too. They're both beautiful. So we start with the number 1. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of that with you because you really should watch those videos. And I'm just going to line it up there. Grab my Wow ink first, and that's to make the stickiness go away. I'm going to grab well, these are different color green inks, but that's okay. I just need 4 colors. All right, so here's number 1. Remember the base? Okay, and we're going to clean that one off. This is a really, really fast card to do. All right, and put this one back on my sheet right here. And we're going to grab number 2 and line it up over here. And I'm just lining up the bottom here, making sure that I have no white up on top. And grab my Wow ink. Grab color number 2. Okay, let's do that one again. That's why you gotta love the Misty. All right, we're gonna do the next one is number 3. And lining up this little bottom piece down here, making sure that there's no white showing. Go with number 4. Nope, this is number 3. Okay, see how that's so pretty when it just starts taking. Do that one again. Okay, I've got that a little too close, I think. Okay, so there's that one. Let's clean this off. Now, if I was doing this other than on my videos, I would definitely be doing more than one at a time, and I would have a whole bunch of, all I would do is just change the paper in between, and I would have a whole bunch of them ready to go. And now I'm looking for number 4, which is just the highlight of the whole thing. Okay, lining up the little guy on the bottom. And let's see, here's my Wow ink. And my dark ink. Like I said, this is a very different color green than what I used on the original one, but it's okay. It'll all work. All right, so here's this one. Oh, so pretty. I'm going to do that one more time. And I'm also going to use the dark one for the little string. Okay, I did that with the first one too. I used the dark one for the little string, which is right here. And the little string is going to get attached right to that little guy right up there on top. The little tie off from the balloon. How straight do I want that? Okay. Grab my Wow. Grab my dark ink. I think I'm going to have to do that one again. Yep. One more. Isn't that so pretty? It just is so realistic looking. I love it. I love it. Alrighty, so there's that, and we're done with all of our inks and all of our stamps, so we're going to take and put those away. All right, and now we're done with this part of it. It's so pretty. All right, and now let me grab the card that we started, which is right over here, and I have the, let's put these on here. Well, you know what? I'm going to take and do the words first, and that would be happy. Okay, so I'm going to grab this. Alrighty, and put the top back on this guy right here, and add it to our card. All right, now what we're going to do is to take our tape runner and add this to our card. And that is how fast and how easy this little card is. So very pretty. I love it. I absolutely love it. So if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of us. This does fit into one of our little Happy Mail. This is one of my favorite stamps. Okay, I do this to all of my envelopes that go out of the house. But what I wanted to show you is it does fit into a regular sized envelope, which is way cool. All right, so if I was going to mail this, get these little leaves inside there like that, and it's ready to get Happy Mail. All right. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of us. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and click on that little bell so that you know every single time I'm doing a video, it'll pop up on your little screen. Hit the thumbs up button to give us a good thumbs up, and then share this with your friends. Thank you so much for stopping by. You take care and have a super great day. Bye.